Okay, so there is a new thrift store in town and today we are going to go to it. It's in Stillwater, Minnesota, and it's called Vintage Revival. So we're gonna find some really good quality pieces that you can really only get from vintage clothing. They're open 7 days a week. They're right on Main Street in Stillwater and it looks so good. I actually found out about this place through a TikTok. And then I realized the TikTok I was watching, it was a girl I went to college with and she owns a coffee shop in Minneapolis. Crazy. So I very much trust her opinion. She also got the cutest camo jacket from there that I am insanely jealous of. I am just really excited to check this out. It looks amazing, it's local, it's vintage, and I haven't like vintage thrifted in literally forever. I can't remember the last time I thrifted at a vintage shop. So let's get thrifty.
Now in the Midwest, typically the only place you get a vintage shop like this is if you go into the cities. So to have this right here in Stillwater is just literally such a gift. But this isn't just a tiny little boutique with a few things here and there. This is a big store. There is so much room in here, so much clothes. I love that. I love that it feels like you have a lot of options and things to look through. But even through all the clothes, I spotted these cowgirl boots from across the room. How adorable are these? Don't worry, we come back to them. But I wanted to start at the front of the store. They had scarves and Coach purses on the coat rack in the front, as well as their merch and so many other cool featured finds. I could not get over how unique everything was. Like, look at this Ralph Lauren cowgirl sweater. I mean, this is a piece of art that you can wear. It's so stunning, and the prices of everything were pretty fair. Like this jacket, $62. You know that feeling where you're nervous to look at the price tag? I always get that at vintage stores like this, especially after living in Austin where everything is very overpriced. Here, I do not have that. Every time I flipped over a tag, I was pleasantly surprised at what it was marked at, which is just such a rare thing, and I really respect them for keeping the prices attainable but also worth the value of the piece. I have been addicted to wearing my white maxi skirt, and if this vintage one for $30 would have been in my size, I would have grabbed this so quick. This was so beautiful. And another skirt I really liked was this one. It's a shorter skirt, but I love the mismatched patterns of it and the sparkly on it. Oh, so fun and unique. Same with these green corduroy pants too from True Religion. I love the orange stitching on them, and if they would have been a little bit bigger, I think they would have fit me, but they're just a bit too small, I think. Okay, I need to know if you feel the same way, but there's just something about being around beautiful things in a beautiful building with aesthetic design that just makes me feel so much better about life. I feel so much more creative and inspired. And honestly, I think the Midwest is missing a lot of spaces like this. And I think this is why, as a kid, I loved going to the Twin Cities. The Twin Cities was my New York City, where even the coffee shops were just stunning and beautiful and aesthetic. And I just appreciate all the thought and effort that goes into making something so beautiful. And at Vintage Revival, it's no different. You can tell that there's so much thought and care and intention behind every single piece. There's also just so many styles that whatever your style and personality is, they have it. Whether it's Western or Y2K, or you like more feminine style or a streetwear style, they have it here. And speaking of style, I think I finally nailed down what my style would be grouped into. It's 3 categories: Free People, Little House on the Prairie, and Tomboy. I also feel like I have definitely a little Western flair to my style too, but yeah, we'll put that in the Little House on the Prairie category. I think I heard that tip in college where it's helpful to group your style into 3 adjectives or 3 categories so it can help you shop and know what to wear in the morning, and I just never forgot it. So there's a little tip for you. And I feel like this goes without saying, but I know it does need to be said, that just because things don't fall into the category doesn't mean you can't get it. Just because things aren't in your color season doesn't mean you can't get it. Just get things that you like. But for girls like me who get very overwhelmed and like things to kind of go together, having these boundaries or guidelines can really help. And maybe the most important thing is this gets my money's worth out of my clothes. I tend to wear clothes that are in my color season more. I tend to wear things that are in those 3 categories more, so that's really helpful. 2 things that are on my fall wish list are colorful unique crew necks and Packers apparel. And when I saw this Packers crew neck from the 90s, I felt like it was made just for me. But honestly, I loved so many of the sweatshirts and crew necks that they had here. It was also fun that a lot of them were local, so you got a lot of twins friends and packers and local colleges, which is just so fun. It's so cool to see your area represented in vintage clothing. At this point, I definitely had a nice little pile collecting on my arm, and Isabella grabbed everything for me and started a fitting room. And they definitely get extra bonus points for having fitting rooms because that is just something that is so annoying. You need to be able to try on your clothes before you buy them. I still can't believe how many thrift stores around my area don't have fitting rooms still. It is just my biggest pet peeve. All of these little girly tops were definitely making me miss summer. How perfect would some of these tanks be in the summertime? They're so unique, and I just love the personality that comes from all of these shirts. Another thing on my fall wish list is graphic tees. I've been looking for graphic tees for a while, and I've just found it's really hard to find a good balance of graphic tee that works for you, where it's, you know, a topic you like, in a style you like, in colors you like. But they definitely had such a wide range of styles and topics here, which was really fun to look through. I unfortunately didn't find anything that I felt like was speaking to me, so we didn't get any graphic tees today. They had such a good selection of flannels too, and I mean, you really can't beat a vintage flannel from the Midwest. I mean, come on. Looking through all of their vintage purses definitely got me thinking that I might want to add a vintage Coach purse to my collection. I'm always drawn to those whenever I see them, and here they definitely had a lot of really great options, so I'll have to be back when I have the money to spend on that, because I think my future daughter would thank me for it later. And if you're looking for a belt, please don't go anywhere else but here. The vintage belts here are priced so well and so beautiful and unique. I could not get over it. And another thing I will not get over is finding fry boots in my size in this beautiful brown color, and then turning around to see these cowgirl boots seemingly in my size and in this color. I even went to Texas, and it was hard to find good quality cowgirl boots in my size, so I could not believe that I found 3 pairs of boots to try on, because this Lucky Brand boot was not escaping me. I definitely needed to try these on before I left. So actually, why don't we just try everything on right now? They had such a beautiful fitting room area tucked back in the corner of the store, and I was just pumped to try this stuff on. We started with the wool skirt. I love the pattern of this and the style, how it has this ruffle along the bottom. It looks vintage and modern at the same time. I just wish it fit me. I should have looked at the tags better, and then I would have known that it went to fit around the waist, but this pattern is so dreamy, and for a winter skirt, I just think this would be so perfect. I need to put winter skirts on my wish list. Next, I tried on the Green Bay Packer crew neck, and I was not expecting to love this as much as I did. Even watching this back, I'm just so bummed that I ended up leaving this behind. And the reason I left it behind is because it was $60, which was definitely a little bit out of what I was expecting to pay for a crew neck, especially a Green Bay Packer one that I wouldn't wear necessarily all the time, but maybe this one I would wear all the time. It was so soft and comfy, a perfect fit. I love the letters that go across the sleeves. Genuinely though, my dream Packer crew neck, and it's making me wish that I would have blacked out a little and just bought it anyways. Now, this Auburn crew neck might seem a little random, but my friend Caroline went to Auburn and it made me think of her, and I also just love the color combo. I love this navy with the orange. I think it looks really good on me. The quality was amazing, and I just felt like I could dress this up a little bit with like a skirt and give that free people tomboy vibe, you know? Plus, it was only $38 too, so that was really tempting me. I was obsessed with this 80s British like gingham looking sweater. This was 1, so very soft. 2, I could see Anthropologie copying this style for a sweater. I think it looks so good. The only thing was the colors I don't think looked that good on me, or maybe I should say I just didn't feel super confident in the colors. I felt like they kind of washed me out, and I know in the dead of winter I'm not going to want to reach for this color combo, unfortunately. I just wish it had a little more oomph to it, you know? Now let's move on to the boots. We started with these cowgirl boots, and Isabella did mention that they were pretty small, and even for me, these were so small that I could not even get them on my foot, which was so sad. But that's okay, because we moved on to the boots that caught my eye in the first place, these beautiful Lucky Brand boots. I mean, these are just completely gorgeous. I absolutely love these boots, and for $78 too, I feel like that is such a good price. These also fit me so well. They maybe were a size up from my normal size, but I had enough room in there, and they didn't look too big either. One thing though that I wasn't expecting is how tall they were. They were pretty tall on me and went all the way up to almost my knees, which makes them a little less wearable for me. But I rolled down my pants to kind of get a visual for what they look like covered, and yes, they still look totally stunning just like that. I have always wanted to try on a pair of Frye boots, and I was not expecting to try a pair on today, especially in this beautiful chocolate brown color. I still can't believe these were in my size too. My one foot was a little cramped, the one that's bigger than the other, and notice that around the calf it was a little tight, like there wasn't any, like a lot of wiggle room, you know? And my calves have never been tiny, so this worried me a little bit, but they still had enough room in there, you know what I mean? I just was nervous. But now I was really confused because how did I find two pairs of boots that are beautiful and also fit me?
You guys, I genuinely do not know what to do. I love these and these. I don't know.
And as if things weren't hard enough, Isabella showed me these new pair of boots she was just putting out. Yeah, no, I know. And I'm so glad they weren't in my size because that would have made my decision 20 times harder than it already was. I always do another loop around to thrift again to see anything I missed. And I know that this jacket is a little dingy. You know, it has a lot of holes and stains, but I just love this color. I wish it wasn't so beat up looking and a little bit cheaper. Otherwise, I would have loved to snag this jacket. And since this was my first time vintage shopping in a while, I definitely realized just how much thrifting ruins my perception of how much things should cost. I am just so used to Goodwill prices that it's hard to change that in my mind. But there is something so beautiful about vintage shopping where you know that the quality matches the price and that you're getting a really good item that's going to last you forever. I truly am so impressed with Vintage Revival, and the best part is it's right across the river from me. Isabella and Jesse are just amazing, and you can tell they put so much heart and love and care into everything they do. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you can tell when a business truly loves their customers, and truly from the moment I set foot in here, I could feel that love.
You guys, I genuinely think that might be the best vintage shop I've ever been to. So good. You guys. Not even joking, the best vintage shop I've ever been to. I feel like I keep saying that. The fact that it's so close to me is even better, and that you don't have to go into the cities too. Oh, I was in there for so long. I was trying to decide between the boots because it had been so long since I've been to a place that actually has good brown leather boots, and these were priced so well too. Oh my goodness. So thank you so much to Isabella and Jesse for letting me go in your store, film everything, check it out. I will 100% be back. I was so bummed that I didn't get anything. I decided to wait on the boots. Both of them, the Frye boots and the Lucky Brand boots, were literally perfection. I think if I hadn't gotten the ones from Karuna, from her Depop bundle with the flowers and everything that were so similar to the other ones, I would have 100% gotten the Lucky Brand boots for $78. So good, such good quality. And then the Frye boots are just unreal. I've always wanted a pair. I love the way they look, but I was a little nervous that it doesn't have like it was almost a little tight around my calves. I didn't want to worry about like fitting in them, if that makes sense. And because I've just wanted cowgirl boots for so long, I was like, no, I feel like I need to stick with wanting cowgirl boots and saving my money for that. And then the Green Bay Packers crew neck was beautiful. I maybe just should have gotten it because it's so good. I'm really hoping when I come back next time it's still there because it's so good. Oh, I feel like I look like a mess today. I am just all over the place. So sorry. Okay, I need to take a sip of coffee. I think it was the maple leaf latte. It's really good. Definitely check them out if you're in Stillwater. It's kind of in the back of Main Street. Everything about the building is beautiful. How they curate everything, how they have it spaced out. I only just met them, but I'm so proud of them and how they have this dream and they're following it. It's just always so encouraging to see. I would love if you guys would go and support them and check them out, and I cannot wait to spend my money there. I just want to wait for the right perfect thing. You guys know how I am. I just had a feeling that I would feel bad spending $90 on myself right now. I just need to wait. My birthday's coming up, so I feel like I might have to go back there for my birthday. Again, I'm just so obsessed. I'm so grateful to Sam, I'll link her TikTok, for sharing this place. I would have literally never known about it. Just goes to show the power of social media. We were talking about that in the store. Like, you hear so many bad stories about social media and consuming media, TikTok, all that, but you rarely hear the stories about it going well and the beauty of it. I don't know, it just felt so happy. Ah, Stillwater needed this. If you live in the area, you know what I'm saying. There needs to be more cute vintage shops like this. I'm like speechless, but I also have a lot to say, apparently. Okay, no, I'm just decompressing. Before I go though, I did still want to have a little laundry chat. So if you guys want to stick around for that, this is where we read God's word. I talk about what's on my heart, especially with Jesse and Isabella starting their business, following their dreams. What I read in Ruth today really reminds me of that. This is when they're realizing that Boaz was going to let Ruth work in her field and everything, and he was really taking good care of Ruth, and Naomi's like, wow, like God is so faithful. He's so good to us even in these bad times. And then in chapter 3, Naomi is wanting Ruth to be with Boaz and is like, isn't it time for you to get married, start your family essentially. The verse in Ruth, verse 1 through 2, it says, maybe it's time to make our move. And just that verse, this is the Message version of the Bible, which is a little bit more like a storybook reading, which I really like that. I've kind of been missing reading the Message version of the Bible because it just feels like real life. It feels like you're reading a story of someone like a book from today, This is when Naomi is telling Ruth, you should try and essentially have Boaz marry you and let him know that you're available to marry, and this would be perfect. And so she tells her to get her perfume and wear something nice and all these things to take this opportunity for Ruth to be Boaz's wife. And of course the plan works. It's amazing. Spoiler alert if you didn't know. But I really liked the phrase, maybe it's time to make our move, because I think a lot of times in faith and being a Christian, you can feel like you're just waiting for God to do something. I feel like we forget that God is giving us opportunities and the ability and the gift of, our talents and what he gave us, and we just need to do it. The opportunity is there and God is giving us a way and a path, and we just need to take it. I think I just was really encouraged by Isabella and Jesse's story of starting their business and taking that opportunity and going for it. Whether you're a Christian or not, I think that it is just, I don't know, so encouraging to take risks in life. I am a Christian, so I trust that God is going to work all things out for good, and I trust where he's leading me. That's how I live my life. That is so encouraging to me, that God gives us these dreams. He gives us these opportunities. He makes a way. He gives us these gifts for us to make a move, It's just encouraging for me with YouTube and doing this and creating and content creation and all that. I think I can be a really fearful person and really anxious and really self-conscious, and I can just worry a lot about what other people think and not feel capable enough and not feel like I am good enough. And you guys know this, I've talked about this before, but I think that verse is just really encouraging to me, and I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you, to make your move. Like, where is God leading you to? What is he leading you to do that he already has it laid out, and you just need to take action and do it, and trusting that no matter what happens, like, he will be there with you to make good out of the situation. He is going to always be by your side, and you can always ask him for help, and he's never going to leave. Life is too short to not make your move, And then the cool thing is that because Ruth did that, it led to the king of David being born. Isn't David like the lineage of Jesus? I'm pretty sure. Let me fact check that. Yes. So from Ruth and her making a move and letting Boaz know that she's available to be his wife led to literally the savior of the world. Like, that is crazy. Like, you don't know what God is going to do with your yes and being available and trusting him and taking a leap of faith. So cool. So anyways, just wanted to say that. I've been thinking about that, and I hope that encourages you too, because I think I really needed that today. So all that to be said, definitely check out Vintage Revival in Stillwater. You will not regret it. You'll find pieces that you love at a amazing price. You need to check them out. Keep an eye on them, follow them everywhere. Isabella and Jesse, thank you so much again for welcoming me into your store. I cannot wait to be back. I cannot wait to buy my first piece from you. You guys are doing an amazing job, and you definitely have an amazing gift, and you have it. Whatever you need to do what you're doing, you have it, and I just
I will support you all the way. I also just love the idea and heart behind having things be local and not in the cities. I love things that get brought out into like a more rural, suburban area because it just makes things, oh, it's just so nice. I love the heart behind that as well. So I feel like more people should do stuff like that. Okay, I'm seriously going now. Be sure to comment actually this emoji if you made it this far, so I know that you guys are in the folded fam. You completed the laundry chat, you made it all the way to the end, and I value you guys a lot. You mean a lot to me. I cannot wait to see you guys in the next laundry chat. So be sure to subscribe to the laundry chat if you haven't already. I put out videos every Monday and Thursday, and I'll see you guys in the next laundry chat.